everyone. I'm Heather Crawford, and we have a sad update on a Duval County inmate. He was a popular food truck owner, and he has died this afternoon. We're just getting that confirmed by his family's attorney. His name is Charles Faggart, and we first brought this to you as breaking news Tuesday night when the Jacksonville Sheriff, T.K. Waters, hastily called a press conference. And in that short, brief press conference Tuesday evening, the sheriff said that Charles Faggart, who had been in the Duval County Jail since April 1st, arrested for simple assault and criminal mischief, misdemeanor charges, had been critically injured at the jail. And the sheriff saying at that point his injuries were very, very serious. The sheriff said that he was coming on addressing the public for transparency's sake to say that 9 correction officers, including an arresting sergeant, had been stripped of their power while the incident was being investigated. Now, Tuesday night, we did not know who the inmate was. We still to this day do not know what happened to Charles Faggart, but the following day, his attorney, his family's attorney, contacted us and said Charles Faggart was the one who had been critically injured at the Duval County Jail. And just a short time ago, we got a statement from Belkis Plata. She's the family's attorney, and I want to read to you what she said in that statement as she was relaying the information that he has, in fact, passed away as of this afternoon. In this statement, she says the family of Charles Faggart is heartbroken, devastated, overwhelmed with shock, and pleading for answers after their son was murdered by members of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office while in the custody at the Duval County Jail. Now, I want to stop right there and tell you at this point, we know of no arrest. We know of no charges. All we know is that 9 members of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office who worked at the jail have been stripped of their power while the investigation continues. Yesterday, we learned from Sheriff T.K. Waters that he has requested the FBI step in to investigate what happened inside the jail. The statement from the family's attorney goes on to say this horrific incident occurred on Monday, April the 7th, inside the Duval County Jail. The family was not notified until the following day. And the statement says, despite Sheriff Waters' public statements claiming transparency and outreach, neither he, his detectives, nor anyone from his office has provided this family with any information about what happened to their son. Not a phone call, not a meeting, not an explanation. Now, we have reached out to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office upon learning that Charles Faggart has died. We've not yet been able to get in touch with them to get a response to the reaction to this statement that the family's attorney has just put out. But yesterday, the sheriff did release a statement, and I want to read to you a little bit of what that said. Sheriff T.K. Waters with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office saying that transparency is the foundation of public trust. The public's confidence in the integrity of the April 7th critical incident investigation and in our agency's commitment to transparency is of paramount concern to me. And the sheriff went on to say, in that spirit, I spoke with leadership at the Jacksonville office, the Jacksonville office of the FBI and the U.S. Attorney's Office. And the sheriff said he had formally requested their investigative assistance. So right now, we believe the feds are stepping in at the sheriff's request to help investigate what happened. We don't know what caused the injuries to Charles Faggart. What are the circumstances surrounding it? We know that 9 corrections officers have been stripped of their power while an investigation continues. And the rest of the statement from Faggart's family's attorney says that today at 2:11 p.m., he was pronounced dead, but he had been brain dead since Monday. This is a Jacksonville food truck owner, the owner of Chop It Charlie's. He's the father of a 6-year-old little boy. And now he has passed away after something that happened inside the Duval County Jail. And I want to bring in our investigative reporter and anchor, Riley Phillips, who has been speaking with his friends. Riley, tell me what you've learned in speaking with them.
Yes, I spoke with 2 of his friends today. They both met him through the Jacksonville food scene, and they just remember, they called him Charlie, but they just remembered him as just someone who was just always smiling, always joking. One man told me that he just loved to joke. So they're devastated to learn this news.
And really, there's so many questions on so many fronts as to what happened. Had they learned any other information about this this incident?
No, they don't. I asked them, they didn't know any information that we did not know. They're just getting everything from our reporting, from, statements being made on Facebook. So they're in the dark in this too.
Yeah. Belkis Plata, the family's attorney, went on to say that Charles Faggart was a son, a father, a brother, a friend. He was loved, he mattered, and now he is gone. And the statement says that she knows there's video. We know there are witnesses. We know there are answers, and we are demanding them. This family will not rest until they know what happened to Charles. We intend to hold every individual involved in this tragedy accountable, both in the criminal justice system and in the civil courts. And the statement ended by saying, we continue to call on the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office to do what is right and to show this family mercy and give them the dignity of knowing the truth before they bury their child. Now, Sheriff T.K. Waters has promised transparency, said that he brought this to the forefront of the public's attention to address what had happened, but said he was very limited in the details that he could share. So again, the FBI stepping in to help with this investigation. And we do have a reporter on this story right now working to gather more information. And we're going to stay on top of this story. And we will bring you the very latest starting tonight on First Coast News at 5. But again, this Jacksonville food truck owner who had been arrested on April 1st and inside the Duval County Jail sustained some sort of critical injuries that his family's attorney says left him brain dead on Monday. The public was notified by the sheriff that something had happened, causing severe injuries to him on Tuesday night. And today, this afternoon, we're learning that Charles Faggart has passed away. We'll stay on top of this, and we'll have more for you tonight on First Coast News at 5, and we'll continue to update you right here on First Coast News Plus.